Some individuals think they can harm me, but I find it amusing because they are unaware of who I truly am, my thoughts, and they can't even touch the things that are truly mine. Life can often be complex and stressful, with numerous issues to address, differences to overcome with friends and family, work challenges, and the need to manage our health and finances. Coping with all of this can disrupt our peace of mind, but we can learn to act as if nothing phases us. The key is to remain calm, even though it's difficult. We can pretend that these things don't affect us and respond without being driven by statistics. In this video, I will explain why being different can be so advantageous and lead to more effective solutions and responses to life's challenges. We would appreciate it if you could start by showing your support with a like. Each time you do this, you signal to YouTube that you enjoyed the content. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the important content we're preparing for you. Epictetus believed that freedom was the most crucial aspect of life. When we allow ourselves to be controlled by external factors or other people, we are not truly free. Learning to take ownership of our own emotions is essential. When external factors no longer irritate us or steal our joy, we attain significant freedom. Regardless of external circumstances, we can achieve both external and internal freedom by no longer being subject to the sway of our emotions. We invite you to do what you can to liberate yourself from external forces that used to control you. Remember, you have the power to choose your behavior. Just as Viktor Frankl, the Swiss psychiatrist who spent 3 years in a concentration camp, demonstrated, no one can take away our freedom. It's a choice we make. Many modern psychologists argue that maintaining a constant state of happiness when faced with challenging situations is difficult. However, this is achievable for those who have worked on themselves and practiced techniques to remain calm, serene, and joyful in any circumstance. We are all capable of attaining a level of serenity in any situation, even if we don't initially feel it internally. One approach is to adopt an attitude of indifference, where we choose not to react and act as though nothing affects us. Epictetus suggests that what captures our attention eventually becomes significant to us. By acting in a certain way or paying attention to something, we start to believe it's not important, and it gradually becomes a reality in our minds. Initially, you may not genuinely feel this calm and tranquility, but with time and practice, you will. William James, considered the father of American psychology, stated that if you want to acquire a quality, behave as if you already possess it. If you start believing you possess a particular quality and remain calm and unaffected by circumstances, that quality becomes a part of you. This principle aligns with the self-consistency theory, which suggests that the longer you practice a certain mindset or behavior, the more it becomes a part of you. Initially, you might decide that something doesn't affect you or is irrelevant, but it's equally important to maintain control over your thoughts. It won't work if you decide that something doesn't affect you but then later regret or become upset. With this in mind, it's crucial to align your external behavior with a consistent internal thought pattern. For instance, tell yourself that nothing affects you and no one can hurt you. By making this choice, you can maintain your sense of freedom and inner peace. You have the power to control your thoughts, not external events. Understanding this and finding inner strength is quite straightforward. If you refuse to believe that someone has offended you, you won't feel offended. Moreover, for someone to offend you, you must accept the offense. Therefore, by continually telling yourself that no one can hurt you and nothing can disrupt your serenity, this belief will eventually become a reality. You'll discover the effectiveness of this strategy when you can convince yourself externally that external circumstances or people offer nothing of consequence and simultaneously convince yourself internally that nothing can disturb your inner calm. This makes you immune to external circumstances and the words of others. True serenity is achieved, and external circumstances or people's behavior no longer affect you. You can maintain composure and inner peace. When you strive to maintain your composure in various aspects of your life, you'll notice improvements. Stress will decrease because it's not the circumstances themselves that disturb us, but how we perceive them. Remember that your interpretation of circumstances can significantly impact your level of ambivalence. By learning to control your thoughts and behaviors, you'll eventually gain control over your levels of ambivalence. This liberation from external circumstances allows you to master your internal states. The pursuit of freedom is a fundamental theme in Epictetus' philosophy. He believed that true freedom involved independence from external circumstances and mastery over our inner emotions. Freedom isn't just related to our external situation, but also to how we interpret and respond to situations. You have the power to control your thoughts, not external events. Understanding this and finding inner strength is quite straightforward. If you refuse to believe that someone has offended you, you won't feel offended. Moreover, for someone to offend you, you must accept the offense. Therefore, by continually telling yourself that no one can hurt you and nothing can disrupt your serenity, this belief will eventually become a reality. You'll discover the effectiveness of this strategy when you can convince yourself externally that external circumstances or people offer nothing of consequence and simultaneously convince yourself internally that nothing can disturb your inner calm. This makes you immune to external circumstances and the words of others. True serenity is achieved, and external circumstances or people's behavior no longer affect you. You can maintain composure and inner peace. When you strive to maintain your composure in various aspects of your life, you'll notice improvements. Stress will decrease because it's not the circumstances themselves that disturb us, but how we perceive them. Remember that your interpretation of circumstances can significantly impact your level of ambivalence. Epictetus illustrates the significance of choosing our attitude in challenging situations through the example of Viktor Frankl, a Swiss psychiatrist who survived a concentration camp. Frankl demonstrated that even in the most dire circumstances, we retain the freedom to select our thoughts and attitudes. This internal freedom empowers us to discover meaning and purpose, even during moments of extreme suffering. Additionally, achieving serenity is a skill that we can cultivate, according to Epictetus. He suggests that we can practice emotional indifference by choosing not to let external situations affect us. Gradually, we become less vulnerable to emotional disturbances. This practice doesn't diminish the importance of dealing with emotions, but emphasizes the need not to be controlled by them. While it requires effort and patience, the ultimate result is true inner serenity. Epictetus highlights that through this personal conquest, we can attain freedom irrespective of external circumstances. Throughout his text, he underscores the importance of controlling our thoughts and behaviors, reminding us that we have the ability to do so. We hold the responsibility for our own reactions and emotions, and we possess the ability to choose how we respond to life situations. Epictetus' philosophy offers valuable wisdom for navigating everyday challenges and attaining a more peaceful and meaningful existence. Practicing serenity, emotional indifference, and inner freedom can enable us to live a more mindful, accountable, and resilient life. Thank you for watching this insightful lesson. We value your opinion. Please share your thoughts. If you're new here, consider subscribing to continue on the path of wisdom with us. See you next time. The theme covered in this text is the philosophy of Epictetus, which emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for our own reactions and emotions, as well as the ability to choose how we feel about situations in life. In my opinion, this philosophy has timeless relevance and offers valuable insights to face everyday challenges. The idea that we can control our emotional reactions and choose an attitude of serenity in the face of adversity is empowering. It reminds us that regardless of external circumstances, we have significant control over our own inner peace. The practice of serenity and emotional indifference does not suggest that we should suppress our emotions, but rather that we should learn not to be dominated by them. This allows us to face situations with greater clarity and resilience, making more conscious decisions. Additionally, Epictetus' philosophy highlights the importance of controlling our thoughts and behaviors, which can help us live more responsibly and intentionally. Overall, I believe Epictetus' approach is a valuable tool for improving our quality of life by promoting self-discipline, serenity, and the ability to find meaning amid everyday challenges. It is an invitation to a more conscious and balanced life,